was fucking
Nothing you
shocked.
can do.
Yo, bro, Notre Lame.
Nebraska cornfuckers.
Yeah,
That's not true.
Yo, what up, people? What's going down? What's going on? It's Tuesday night. You know what time it is. It's No Man Fantasy Sports Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. What Up, man. What up, people?
You're
Let's go. Come on, man. It's Tuesday night. What is up, people? What's going down?
What's up, people? Happy
I'm
Tuesday, man.
ugly some of them.
What are you afraid of her?
You got scared?
What's she saying? What? Anyway, let's get to it, man. He's drinking a drink. He's cooling it, keeping it cool as he always does because he's a snowman. What's up, Snow?
What's up, man? How y'all doing today?
Man, we're just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Fantastic.
We got the man in the middle, my man, 50 grand. It's your boy, Mr. Bro. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Let's switch to Bears fan.
Whoa. And we got the man, the myth, the legend. He comes with his name already done. And Drew. What up, Drew?
Yo, why I gotta get shots? What sister? What go on?
Whoa. She's throwing shots.
Nothing.
About to get her ass. Well, that's what's about to happen. It's about
I'm
to
gonna
be
be a
some
big
situation.
Bear fan.
We do not promote violence.
She's gonna be a
here.
Bears fan. Oh yeah. We got.
If she becomes a Bears fan, I wouldn't give a damn what we promoting. Her ass is grass.
Anywho, we got in the building back from his hiatus. We got my Jake Curbs in the building. What's up, Jake Curbs?
I just want to say this: Notre Lame and 0-4, and Cooper Flag's gonna be bust.
He can count to 4. Congrats, there, Kirby.
and the man who owns the first and only internet ejecto seat, my man Stino. What's up, Stino?
Hey, ejecto Cito, cuz what's happening? What's happening?
And look, listen, I just want you to know that no, ma'am, as we always do, we talk to the nation, right? Stino, you know, we talk about the nation every episode, right? We love our nation. We love the No Man Nation. We got Mr. Kraft and Mr. Kraft Jr. in the YouTube chat. You know, waiting on Miss Kelly, the queen of the chat on the Twitch side.
You're already there.
Everyone in the building.
She
But we
already there.
said last week that if you on TikTok or whatever, you just have a great take and you want to share it with us. And if Drew and I deemed it worthy, we'll bring you up on the show. It's not a Make-A-Wish Foundation, but we got JW. What up, Jay?
Yo.
What up, Mitch? What's up, guys?
If anyone doesn't know J-Dub 40, it's a long story with Jay, and I can cut it down short. Jay's a 49ers fan. When we first met J-Dub, Jay had a little bit of
A little bit is an understatement.
Yeah, a little bit.
He had a lot of CFS.
A lot.
His body was consumed by 95% CFS
Terminal.
and 5% peanut butter.
At stage 4, man.
He was terminal.
Yeah, definitely terminal.
He was in hospice. I mean, he was in hospice. Let's be honest, man.
Until No Man turned into
So
Dr.
No Man-
Sebi and
Tell him, Stino.
yeah, No Man turned into Dr. Sebi and got him right.
Got him right, man.
Dr. Sebi, all natural ingredients, god damn it. All natural.
Now, Stino, I'm gonna be honest. It did take a little bit of a while.
Yeah, of course. Rome wasn't built in a day, man. Rome
Listen,
wasn't
he
built in a
spent some time with Kansas in the gulag.
day.
They had like a Jack and Joe bathroom. They shared a bathroom.
Oh, Lord.
But we're happy to say that Jay has grown and now look, Jay, you went from the gulag to the big house, man.
Part of the family, kind of.
I mean, we got Randy Wilkes in the building in the Twitch chat. Randy, make sure you hit that purple follow hard button and follow the No Man Nation. But yeah, we got a lot to do tonight. We got some Are You Seriouses? I haven't thanked our sponsors in a long time. Not that they, reached out to me and said anything, but to the Comedy Zone, North Carolina, in Charlotte and in Cherokee Mountains, appreciate you. My man, Dr. Drains. It's the summertime. Over the winter time, you could have had some clogging issues. My man got you, man. Don't worry about it. He got you. I've been watching a lot of HGTV. I could probably go out there and do some plumbing work myself, but that's another podcast that we could talk about.
Ew.
However, we also do talk about the free agent frenzy as we promise to do every week, leading up into the draft. Talk about the last week of the NBA. I mean, it's happening. It's coming. We got the Final Four set. As you see, Road Reese is not here tonight. Shout out to his Duke Blue Devils for making.
You said it right the first time, Duke.
Shout out to the Florida Gators coming back in true champion style and winning the game. So we got the Final Four set and everything, so we're good to go with that. And we are going to do a mock draft. We're going to attempt to do a mock draft, but just want to obviously thank everybody. Kelly, what's up? Thank you for joining us again. The No Man Nation. We love y'all. You want your merchandise. You want logos like you see behind Drew, myself, and Mr. Bro and Curbs. You get that done. Get that for yourself as well. You know how to get a hold of me on No Man Fantasy Football. Is it No Man? Jared, did we change it? Is it No Man Fantasy Football at Gmail? Yes, whatever it is. You know how to get that.
It's still No Man Fantasy Football.
Go at gmail.com. But Jared, you said you had an Are You Serious that is not related.
No, my Are You Serious is for Righteous Gemstones. Yeah, don't ever start an episode like that again, bro. Swear to God, I will be sending nasty grams if I got to see another man's unit on my TV.
Hey, yo.
Whoa. What? Sounds like a Loans television. But anyway, anyone else have an Are You Serious? Because I got one I'd like to share. If anyone, may I have the floor? To the baseball community, you are a bunch of casuals, straight up and down. Just because the Yankees are smacking home runs like O.J. Simpson and Ike Turner smacked they partners, it's not illegal.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson slapped him with a knife.
Allegedly.
The sharp part of it.
Slap, so.
You said the sharp part? That's
the sharp part of it.
Hold on a second. All these casuals coming out and talking about the Yankees are doing something illegal.
Oh yeah, with the bats, right?
It's not illegal. It's all within the code of the MLB. They just redesigned it. Sometimes I said this the other night. Sometimes the wheel needs to be reinvented. It's been over 100 years since they had a different design of a wood bat. And here's the funny part. Drew, you ready for this one?
Fuck your shit.
The Yankees aren't even the first team to use them.
A bunch of cheaters.
For the last 3 years, there's been other teams, including the Philadelphia Doofus Faces, that have used them.
It's actually a good name.
Okay? So, to all you casuals out there, step your game up. You tried to prey on our downfall because Garrett Cole is out for the season, and all we're doing is smacking your bitches around. How's that for the Brewers?
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we start last season with Garrett Cole out?
I think we did. We got the king of swag, man. We got our middle reliever, the king of swag, is the Luke Weaver. So I'm just saying.
Okay. Calm down.
Whoa. You got something to say there, sir? because I know.
Well, I just wanted to clearly state that I agree with you 1,000% of what you just said, and Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and those guys agree too that they stay within the rules and regulations of baseball technically too. So
yes, and just to be fair, Barry Bonds has never failed a drug test.
Okay, so you can't include Barry in that. You can't include Barry in that.
Easy on my goat. Easy on my
Mark
goat.
McGuire.
Oh, he's definitely the GOAT.
Barry
Mark-
Bonds, listen.
Mark McGuire, Sammy Chocha.
Let's talk about this for a second.
all those
Barry
other.
Bonds' father was one of the greatest contact players of all
That's all we hear, bro.
And Barry Bonds' godfather was Willie fucking Mays. If you can't be a good baseball player or a great hitter from that, then you should not be allowed to pick up a baseball bat and play the game of baseball. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, he's only like the greatest hitter ever, but besides the point.
So,
Well, also let's keep in mind for Barry Bonds that when the guys, I mean, obviously you had some guys that clearly didn't want to be on the record books when it pertained to pitching to him, which is why he clearly was walked purposely, even with the bases loaded multiple times throughout his career. But one of the greatest gifts that he said he receives is that when he hear these players that played against him, especially the pitchers, and they say that he was without question the best baseball player they ever seen in their entire life, that gives him all the Hall of Fame he needs, man. The man needs to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no way you can keep talking about the Hall of Fame and he's not in it. It just doesn't make sense. So.
And just not to cut you off, bro, but give it to the guys at All the Smoke podcast, Matt Barnes.
Yes.
And what's his name? What's the other guy's name?
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
They had Barry Bonds on. If you have not seen it, go to
Great
YouTube
episode.
and watch it.
Great episode.
Phenomenal. He talks about, like what Bro said, when he got the recognition from his peers, that's all that matters. But what I didn't know, Bro, which I thought was fucking cool, and Drew as well, that he worked out with Jerry Rice when he went out to San Francisco.
Yes.
All he did was eat and work out. That's all he did. That's why he grew. Now, did he maybe have some sprays of antler urine on him? I don't know. I mean, but he wasn't popping steroids. There's no way that man was doing steroids. I'm just saying. That's my point.
I don't think he did.
I got to give him his props. Welcome the three.
Clinton didn't fuck her neither, bro. I'm just saying.
What I would say.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What did you say, sir?
I said Clinton didn't fuck her neither, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean, no, he didn't.
He did.
Technically, he did not.
He just had
Allegedly.
Just put it out.
Allegedly.
Just had oral.
Anyway, the three-time
Face. Never mind. Go ahead, bro.
fantasy football champion, the greatest co-host in podcast history.
We don't talk politics.
What up, Wes?
Just to kind of piggyback on that Barry Bonds point, I seen an interview with Greg Maddux talking about Bonds, talking about an at bat, and if you really want to dig into like an at bat with two greats, look into like a Barry Bonds, Greg Maddux. I forgot what at bat it was, but they both were talking about the at bat from both perspectives, and it was just how funny how Greg Maddux was scared to throw this pitch because he knew that Barry Bonds would hit it. And he was like, I'm throwing it at his hip. And Barry Bonds was like, I just knew it was going to come back. And I knew he was going to come back with that pitch on me. But it's a great interview if you can kind of catch it. I forgot what I saw it on, but I'm glad you bring that up. But it was a great interview with Greg Maddux talking about how he had to get Barry Bonds out.
I mean, listen, he's one of the greatest of all time. If you deny it, you're a fucking casual. Speaking of casuals or ex-casuals, Wes, I want you to introduce you to J-Dub.
What's up, Wes?
I mean,
That's
Wes,
a crazy introduction.
we've told Wes the story.
Well, it's true, but I mean, come
I've seen the post. I've seen the post.
Gulag, bro.
I mean, he was
Gulag.
I wasn't in the gulag.
Well, you're not like, was he went the second? Because Kansas was number one. We all know.
Kansas was first. He was the second.
Yeah, Kansas was the. So question, Jada.
Nick, you need to actually bring it back out because there's more casuals out there worse than me.
So we did some remodeling. Me and Jared and Stino, we did some remodeling. We created a couple new tiers. And this is a fair warning to everyone. You're on notice. We've got a couple of people that are on the on the short list. You may be nominated soon coming up. And we have a nice little spot for you guys. We got a whole tier for Dallas fans. I think we got a new tier for Lions fans. But J-Dub, question: how did it feel being bunkmates with Kansas in the Gulag, bro?
Oh shit!
I was a bunkmate with them this is the first time I've heard it. Having been a bunkmate with that man, I don't know, man. I can't take all the Kansas talk from every place. Not Kansas player.
Jay, I got a question too. So, like, when you were locked up with him, did you call him Young Kansas or just?
Don't do
Young
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's funny.
No,
They was in there making the good noodle
No.
Doritos, man.
no, no. He was not calling me. Nah.
He said that Jack Mac was hitting.
Damn it.
I'm
Come on,
curious.
man.
I want to know if because between Kansas saying that people can't win with Kansas players, and we got casual 49er takes at the time. I mean, those conversations would have been epic to be around. I mean, I'm just I don't know.
I can go. I used to purposely trigger Jay.
Oh
with
man,
my 49 picks, bro.
I had him block. You know how many accounts I blocked of Jared, so I wouldn't have to worry about him no more.
Probably a lot, bro.
And then
of
I
them.
had Brian. Not just that, I had Brian on. I missed Brian. I ain't heard from Ryan in the last couple of days, but I hope everything's good with him. But him and Ryan, boy, they tag team up on me, bro. I ain't gonna
I'll tell
lie.
you, still one of my favorite J-Dub moments of all time, I have to say this, is right around the height of the beef, right? When, he had just moved, like, I don't even think the movers had left the gulag yet with his and I popped into one of his lives and he was like, oh, not this fucking guy again. I was like,
You know what?
okay,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, man. You guys have rubbed off on me, Jared.
whoa.
Hey, yo,
Hold on,
hey,
no,
yo.
hold
bro,
on.
We ain't
you
rubbing
gotta.
nothing with you,
Hold on.
Jay.
No. What I meant was with I've come a long way. Jared, Ryan, Drew,
Hey, you
Stino.
got a long way to go. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I ain't got that much longer way to go, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
You keep talking about guys rubbing you off. You got a long way to go.
Oh,
That's
no,
all.
I didn't say that.
I wasn't a part of that.
Pause, bro. Come on.
I wasn't a part of that.
This is a pause party.
Hey, bro. If you would hear what Drew's got us as in TikTok, he's got us called the dirty little hamsters.
You're every single one of you. You guys are, and especially with that dirt ranger right there in the bottom.
Dirt Ranger?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah. Listen,
That's
Jared's
insane.
new name is the Dirt Ranger. Look, wait until after we're done with the podcast. I'm gonna tell you something about this little dust hamster over here.
Whoa. That's
Hey, man, when a guy's got to go, he's got to go. That's all.
You gotta
I'm
get a tetanus shot because of Jared, bro.
If you're in a disco with Jared, sometimes you may need a tetanus shot before you leave.
No,
It's a fact.
Mitch, he needs to leave his personal life out of the messaging in Discord and in TikTok.
You know
Who's
what,
that,
Jay?
Jared?
You know what, Jay? I got my other narrative. Deport Dora and deport
Whoa,
Diego.
whoa.
I'm
You
Hey,
Jesus
you got that
Christ,
man?
bro.
Hold on. Hey, Kurt, you got that one. Hey, you spoke it out right. I sent you the clip today about Dora.
Dora, continue exploring. Anyway, let's move on. Does anyone else have an "Are you serious?" before we move on to the meat and the potatoes of the podcast?
No,
Yeah,
just
it's a
are you
negative
serious?
Ghost Rider.
Righteous gemstones. Quit being nasty.
All right, well, let's move on to free agent frenzy.
Woohoo!
Yippee!
Kind of weak this week so far. The biggest signing today was Calais Campbell going back to the Cardinals on a 1 year, I think a $16 million deal, something like that.
No,
Yeah.
I think it was like
Fuck
1
no.
year, 5.5 or something.
Yeah, it's not even
Oh,
10
what?
million.
Paying that man
It can
dinosaurs.
be up to I think 7.5 or 8.5 with like sack incentives and stuff. So
Worth it? Not worth it, Stino.
to be honest, I think it's worth it. I mean, the Cardinals are kind of revamped that defensive line over there, man. Adding Josh Sweat. They added somebody else too. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I know they really started revamping that defensive line over there in Arizona, man. So, I mean, I think Calais Campbell would just be that. He's going into his 18th season in the NFL.
I mean, he'll be the veteran leader.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, he's definitely there, of course, to provide a little production, but I think also provide some obviously mentoring to not only the defensive line but the linebackers and stuff as well, to that whole team. Man, you don't be in the NFL for 18 years and not know what the hell you're talking about when it comes to football, man.
Well, obviously, I mean that's obvious. Drew, so obviously we're hearing a lot about, and I want to get a lot of people's take on this one. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, what do you think is going to happen at the end of the day? What happened? What's the score?
No, it's not. I'm just Aaron Rodgers. He's just
I meant by Aaron Rodgers. All right, I'm going to let Drew go first, and I'll go to you because apparently you're emotional about it today. So
Yeah, I just think, I mean, it's hilarious what he's doing and how he's really stringing along two teams, being a puppet master between the Steelers and the and Green Bay. I mean, Minnesota, excuse me. Um, I I think he's testing what can be done on both ends. The wide receiver situation, call me crazy. I think it'll be easier for him to control because we all know Aaron likes to have control of the offense. I think he'll control that batch of number twos and threes in over in over in
Pittsburgh.
in excuse me,
Pittsburgh.
in Pittsburgh
Oh,
more than he will with that Minnesota, you know, um tandem over there. So but he's going to drag it out to the end and, you know, do Aaron Rodgers things, bring ayahuasca into the locker room and then have everybody on shrooms.
Nice. Wes, I'm gonna go to you, bro, but I'm gonna go to you after Wes.
To piggyback off Drew, like I said, I'm just tired of the nonsense. He did this thing with the Jets 2 years ago. Now he's doing it with the Steelers and the Vikings. Like, dude, pick a team. Like, what got me is like he's throwing the DK Metcalf. Like, what are we doing? Sign already. You already in the building. Make a decision. Why are you throwing the DK if you playing the fence?
But didn't throw to the
the
Vikings guys. Like you met you, and that was what, you know, that was what made me say, you know what, you motherfucker, you. How you gonna sit down with with everybody, the coach, offensive coordinator, and everybody up top, but then go to California and throw to DK?
Right.
Weirdo.
That's all I got to say. Go ahead, bro.
Bro, what do you got?
Well, this is no surprise that Aaron Rodgers is doing this. And, I mean, he's been doing this the majority of his career. I think Aaron Rodgers is the type of person that he is trying to make the entire league pay attention to him, just like we had to pay attention to him on draft night, because he didn't necessarily go where he thought he should have. And I think that if you look at the situation in Minnesota, he clearly wants to be in Minnesota, but he also wants to be paid. And I just think that for Minnesota, they're looking at it and saying, hey, we don't have to pay you Chautauqua. We're giving you a roster that's ready to win. We're not Pittsburgh. We don't have to worry about what's going on in Pittsburgh because we don't have those same problems. They have a team that's ready to win right now. And I think the stoppage of why he hasn't necessarily gotten a contract that's friendly for him from Minnesota, because they know that once they sign him, the growth of J.J. McCarthy stops yet again. Maybe not necessarily in the same way, but from the standpoint of just not being on the field and them actually knowing what they have. We all can say what we think J.J. McCarthy is going to be, but until he actually gets on the field and proves it outside of preseason, we just don't know. And so for me, I'm just sick and tired of him. It's not only not annoying as it once was, it's just like, bro, what the fuck are you looking for? If you're looking for stability, and you're not going to get the money. You've been paid already. You've had 3 max contracts throughout your career that at some point made you a top 5 quarterback being paid in the National Football League. So it should not be money. And then when you look at the two situations, yes, Pittsburgh did solidify by getting DK Metcalf, but what they also are doing and would be giving him something that he hasn't had since the early days in Green Bay is the culture of winning. Now, they don't necessarily win Super Bowls like Pittsburgh fans believe they do, which is every season, but they will be around for the playoffs. They clearly can make the playoffs. We just watch what Minnesota could be. So to me, it's annoying. So
Jay, I want to go to you next. I do want to add to this. I don't think the culture's there anymore in Pittsburgh. I think this is going to be Mike Tomlin's first losing season as a head coach. That's my honest opinion, because they're dragging this out too much. And the longer you go with this, the worse it's going to be off for your team, right?
I feel like we've been saying that the past 3 seasons, Mitch.
What's
This
that?
is going to be Tomlin. I feel like we've been saying that the last 3 years. This is going to be
Again,
Tomlin first.
I think it is going to be Tomlin this year, bro. That's one of my bold predictions this year. He's going to be fired at the end of the season.
Well, no, they just extended. I don't think they'll go. I don't think they'll fire him. They'll see what happens the year after next. Or after next.
There's one other name that no one's talking about. I think he's going to get traded or released at the end of the draft. That's Kirk Cousins.
Well, but see, that's the curveball in it all, right? And
He
so
could end up in Pittsburgh.
I think
He could.
isn't it not a better fit for Pittsburgh? I mean, I think either one of them are a bad fit for the.
Resign.
I think
I thought
both
they
of them would
restructured
work
him.
for the AFC North. I
He's
mean,
old.
So
I,
Drew, they saw. I think he was guaranteed a $10 million roster bonus at the
mhm.
start of at the start of the new league year, but he can't waive his no trade clause. He's talking about he will waive it at the end of the draft. So they're going to release him or trade him after the draft. I've seen those reports through different medias from NFL, a lot of ESPN. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you put him in Pittsburgh, draft your rookie,
yeah, I
let
mean,
that rookie sit, and then let him come in if Kirk Cousins doesn't pan out come mid season.
we got Albert in the YouTube chat. What's up, Albert? Talking about that he thinks Cousins is going to the Browns. John says Pittsburgh will be in AFCCG. What does that mean?
Oh,
AFC conference game.
Hell no.
Championship game.
Well,
First off, I think they're going to trade Pickens at draft day.
No.
They just gave DK his money.
yeah.
We talked about this
yeah,
shit.
he is a free agent at the end of the year. So
Could they trade Pickens to Atlanta for Cousins and draft capital?
For Kyle Pitts and draft capital?
Nah, Kyle Pitts is going to be an Eagle. Just watch.
There he goes.
Why do you want generational butt?
Just watch.
The same reason why people seem like I get it. I get it from the standpoint of, veteran quarterback, obviously somebody that, I mean, say what you want about what the wins look like, but he has won in this league, right? When it pertains to having a winning record, not necessarily being the actual problem when it pertains to longevity on the team, right? But Kirk Cousins is beyond a downgrade when we're talking about, having a team that you feel can make the playoffs and trying to make it successful. The height of his career, in my opinion, was his later years in Washington and his early years in Minnesota. And that's the bulk of what you will get from Kirk Cousins. That guy is not on that guy wasn't on the field last year for Atlanta. And we can talk about what's not in Atlanta and how the defense didn't have necessarily a pass rush. What they did have were weapons. He didn't go to a team that they had to grow and find young kids to turn into.
Offensive line, dude.
Huh?
They had a bad offensive line.
That's fair. Again, bro, I'm not stating it as it's Kirk Cousins' fault that they didn't be successful in Atlanta. What I'm saying is that this is going to be yet another team outside of Washington because he was drafted there. They already had a couple of weapons. They turned to it just wasn't a winning situation. He goes to Minnesota. They had weapons. They gave him probably the best weapons he's had in his career. And so my point is he's older now. So you already know what you're going to get. At best, to me, what Kirk Cousins is best for right now is a backup. If you bring Kirk Cousins in to start in Pittsburgh, you're asking yourself a failure. Is he a downgrade from Russell Wilson? No, I think they're about the same. I just do. I think you're going to get some touchdowns. You're going to get some extended drives. You're going to get some plays that make you think that you're on your way to the Super Bowl. But he's going to crash and burn as he always does. So in my opinion, the Pittsburgh Steelers need to figure out what they're going to do with Aaron Rodgers or go in this draft and go find a kid and just go with what you can because that's going to be a waste of time,
All right,
bro.
So then I'll go around the room and we'll put this to bed. I'm going to start with Snow. Snow, and what do you believe they do? Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, or draft? What do you think?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. J-Dub, what do you think they do?
I think Kirk Cousins.
Tino.
Okay.
Is he frozen?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah,
Feels like you're trying to pick it up your
No, I thought you said
This is
my bad.
good shit.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I thought you said J-Dub, man. Shut up. Anyway, I think they're gonna go draft, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think they're gonna draft.
All right. Wes, what do you think?
I agree with Stino. They gonna pick somebody in the draft second round. But I got a question. Who's older, Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
All right, bro. What do they do? Rodgers, Cousins, or draft?
Well, I think they do both of one of the two. I think whoever they go get, I still think they're going to draft somebody anyway. I don't think it's going to be, okay, now we're solidified. I think they're going to, me personally, I think they're going to go after Aaron Rodgers, and I think they're still going to draft a guy in like the second, maybe the third round.
Aaron used to just sit him ass down.
Herbs.
He's old. He's OLD. He's whole.
Period.
By the way, if you're hearing that voice, that's the Peanut Gallery, and that's Curbs. Who do you got? What do you got them? What do you got them doing?
Kirk Cousins is trash, so I'd rather draft a quarterback.
Right. And Drew, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree with Bro. I actually think that they're going to use their first pick, draft a quarterback, and they're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. And I got them taking Jackson Dart.
All right. So, hey, first of all, I want to shout out in the chat my man Trav, Denver Trav. If you have not followed him on YouTube or all social media platforms, please do so. The kid has amazing content. He is.
Yeah, man. Shout out Trav.
It's all about the Broncos, but it's amazing. Like he does, and he got a new podcast coming out. I'll let him promote that shit for him. But Trav says Browns are going to get Cousins, Steelers get Rodgers, and draft Milroe.
I forgot
I could see that happening. Me personally, I got them taking a quarterback at number 21 too, and I think a lot of people will be. I think everyone will be surprised at who I got them taking.
But the thing is, if they take Jalen Milroe at 21, that's a risk, bro. He's not even a.
I don't got him taking Jalen Milroe. Man.
You got Charles, also known as Chuckles. Chuckles got Cousins in the draft. Albert says Flacco. He threw a curveball in there.
I mean, hey, I see it, bro.
Clearly, the liquor's
My
taking
man
over
Al
at
is
this
cooking.
point, so
My
he's
man
cooking,
Al is
right?
cooking.
He's cooking.
And Albert, he throws in Flacco out there. Albert, you're the MVP so far. I'm just saying.
Shout out to my dog Albert, bro. We gotta get him on TikTok.
Shit, Flacco.
Get him away from buying cards.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. Travis throws in Steelers trade Pickens and a third for Joe Milton.
Ooh.
Hey, Trav been on Joe Milton getting moved for the longest.
No, but they're talking about trading him though.
Hold on.
I mean, I could see it. They did bring in who they brought in Josh Dobbs to be a backup to Drake.
Hey, Snow, what were you gonna say?
I kind of forgot about Milton, man. Because they're not going
Trav
to
stole
use
Joe
him.
Milton from me. I told him that.
I think he's a draft night trade. Joe Milton will be.
I think they need to calm down with what they're asking price. If that's the case, I can agree that.
Kelly, shout out to the queen in the chat. Shout out to the queen. She said, Joe Fluco.
He is a fluke.
Definitely Fluco.
He is a fluke.
Kelly, we may have to put that on a t-shirt. Patent pending. I'm just saying. So there's a lot there's a lot to be determined. Again, that's in what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks from this Thursday. Just so you know, 2 weeks from this Thursday is your boy's birthday. Just so everyone knows.
Who's? Clearly we see the results, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Oh shit, you'll be 52%.
52%, baby. Let's go.
Shout out to the old head. Shout out to the old head.
Talk about. But yeah, 3 weeks.
Jay, aren't you that old?
Oh, goodness gracious.
3 weeks from this Thursday, the draft. If you want to come up and represent your team,
oh God,
no matter who your team is, if you're a Raiders fan, if you're if you're an Eagles fan, if you're a Bears fan, if you're a Bills fan, Panther fans, 49er fans, Bengal fans, Colts fans, whoever fan, Jet fan, I don't care who you are. If you're not casual, hit me up, hit Drew up, hit Bro, hit J-Dub, hit Curbs. Let us know, and we'll send you the application.
So I just want to say I agree with you 1,000%. However, I will not sit on a panel with a Dolphin fan. I don't think that's the correct thing to do in my life where I am mentally, and I will crash out. So just putting that out.
Actually, can I piggyback with Bro? If you're a Cowboy fan, please don't join.
Okay, so my brother's a Cowboy fan. He kind of rules over everybody.
Oh god.
No Cowboys and no Dolphins
If,
fans.
I don't know no Dolphins fans, bro. So you good there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, the only Dolphins fan I would invite up would be Finns.
Fans, yeah.
Why
No
can't we
doubt.
bring Deshaun up?
Hell
Oh
no.
yes.
Yeah.
Yo, please. I would love
Well,
that
you know what?
more
If
than
we want to give
anything in
Brobo
the
a heart
world.
attack, we'll bring up. There's two people we'll bring up. We'll bring up Deshaun and RJ.
No, hey, Mitch, I got you a
that's
better
right.
one.
I can't do RJ.
Mitch, I got you a better one. Bring Sway the Goat up in here.
Oh
Dolphins fan.
Lord. Shout out to
Nope.
Sway.
I will leave.
Shout out to Sway.
I can't talk
He's
to
too
him
busy
about
watching Frozen. He's too busy watching.
that.
Yeah, I think we need to send
What
the
about Samson? What about Samson? That's another Dolphin fan.
Samson can't be found, bro. I haven't even seen
I haven't
Samson in
seen
basketball
him.
live, bro.
Jared, the meth don't meth. I'm just saying.
Yo.
Easy.
Whoa.
Just saying. Anyway,
Method Man is what he was saying. Method Man.
Let's move it on. And we'll spend some little time on this. We got the Final Four this weekend. We got Florida against Auburn, and we got Duke versus Houston. First time since 2008 that all four number one seeds made it to the Final Four. So congratulations to the four teams. It's been 17 years since that has been done. It's pretty awesome.
Still fuck Duke.
I mean,
always and forever.
I mean, so yeah, I mean that's the consensus that Duke will lose to Houston, you know, and the Gators go on to play Houston in the final and beat them. So
it's a cakewalk from there.
I have a feeling Houston's going to bully Duke.
I pray to Jesus
Houston's
you're
a good
correct.
team. I mean, you know,
They are.
Jay, why were you shaking your head when I said that Florida wins the national title?
I'm saying I think it's going to be Duke versus Florida State.
Florida
That's my pick.
Florida State?
I mean, Florida. My bad.
What is this, baseball?
Welcome to the
No,
show.
I'm in Florida. My bad. My apologies. I think
Welcome to the show.
Do you guys hear that?
Man.
That's the door opening up in the gulag. I'm just saying.
Welcome to the show, my boy.
No. I think it's Florida and Duke, Mitch. I just want to know if I think they could go up good against Cooper Flag, but I think Duke can pull it out.
This is the last time that J-Dub's on the show. Congratulations.
Mitch, you know what? Yeah, you know how they say fuck Duke, fuck Carolina.
What?
Oh, I'm a State fan, Wes. I'm a State fan. I'm a North Carolina State fan. Will Wade bringing that school back next year. Watch.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I like
that's
the Will
yeah,
Wade
that's
hire.
gonna happen.
I like.
I appreciate that.
He's cooked, Chad. He's cooked.
But
everyone say goodbye to J-Dub. It's been real, man. Nice having you.
Bye.
We have Cinco says he's a great.
And I jump on you. My brother went to State, so don't take it personal. But I want to piggyback on Curbs. Like I kind of, and I know Duke's the better team, but I feel Houston being the mature team, I think they're gonna give Duke a physicality they haven't seen yet. But I still think Duke is so tall and deep, and that's a tough matchup. But if toughness and seniority can't beat them, it's going to be tough. I'm just going to say it.
Wes, I'm going to be honest. I thought Alabama was a bad matchup for against Duke. Because all they want to do is run around and shoot threes.
Yeah,
just say it, Paul.
What were they in the first half? Curb like 7 for like 23 in the first half.
I think they shoot the most threes in the NCAA. If I'm not wrong.
Think about it. Coming out of the game before that, they couldn't miss from 3.
No, they didn't.
About a 3, you die by it.
Well, I think one of the bigger factors as well, not to down discredit what you guys are talking about when it pertains to Houston, I think a bigger factor is the coaching. If you look at the coach in Houston and you look at what his reign has been as a coach in college basketball, and then you look at Duke's coach, this is going to be a tough game because he's going to have to find a way. If you think that they're going to Calvin Sampson's going to sit back and allow Cooper Flag. Now, I will say this about Cooper Flag, and this is from a Tar Heel. I love the Tar Heels, and it's always fuck Duke. But this kid is special. And so he finds a way to get to the basket. He finds a way to make his imprint. And I think the only way that Houston has a chance to stop him from doing what he's been comfortable to do all season is to be physical, like Curbs and Wes were talking about, is to try to take away those easy easy driving lanes when because he can go either left or right. And so I think they have to be physical, but not only be physical, they have to slow the game down. They cannot go up and down the court thinking that's not to say that they can't score, but just the up and down, I don't think they win that way. I think by slowing the game down, being physical, and using their timeouts wisely, that comes from the coach, man. I think they have a good shot, man. And again, shout out to the Miller son, man. He's balling, man. So
I think like
I just want
Houston's
Houston
number
to win so
one
I
of
don't have to hear
Houston's
Kurt
best.
Nippon.
What?
I know, right?
I just want Houston to win so I don't have to hear that name again, Kurt Nipple.
It's FYI,
Kurt
there's
Nipple.
other Knipples behind him.
I'm sure there have been.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what?
That's crazy. That's
Just
crazy.
saying.
Yo,
A lot of nipples
Mitch,
out there.
Mitch, you want to know the crazy
That's
part?
not what I meant, but there's some other balls behind this one that's coming up through the pipeline.
Hey, yo, that's
Hey.
crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
Wes.
Okay, you know what I meant by balls. Okay, I can't.
What were we gonna say, Jared?
Strike three, you're
I
out.
was gonna say, like, one of Houston's, like, when they play defense, one of the biggest fundamentals they do is make you uncomfortable.
Right.
Like that's what they've done to everyone all season long, and I think that's going to be a huge part in their game against Duke. And I don't know, the Knuppel kid or Knipple kid, that's such a Wisconsin name. They
They force you to try to play your style of basketball,
Right.
which has shown to be the winning recipe for them. Teams are struggling to, play the way they need to play to be successful to win games. And yeah, I agree with Jared. I just think
they get teams out of system. Like that's
way
what
out
they
of
do.
system.
It's what they do best.
That last game, that I forgot who they played against, but they did not look themselves at all.
Drew, when it was 25-6, I'm like, bro, this shit's over. It's over.
Cooked. It's cooked.
Well, we'll see what happens. The games are Saturday night, 6:00 and 8. What was it? Was 6 and 8?
Yeah,
6 and 8, something like that.
yeah. Whenever the first one's over.
All right, so the Gator game is on at 6:00, so hopefully I'll be in a good mood after that. Moving on to the NBA. So last week of the season, I think 7 games left or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, about 7 or 8 per team.
Like that. I mean, we know in the East we got Cleveland at number 1, we got Boston number 2, Knicks are number 3. That's right, the Knicks.
So can I say something?
Yeah, I think I would like for you to say something.
Are you serious? No, it's a little late.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
But the NBA media, ESPN, and all you, as Bro would like to say, all you jack faces, shout out to y'all for not putting teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Houston Rockets where they need to be in sports media. That Houston Rockets team is probably the most improved team from last year to this year. And I honestly say it's probably one of the most improved teams in the past 2 years. They hold the 3rd seed, if I'm correct. They hold the 2nd seed in the Western Conference right now.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2nd seed, bro. And that's Jalen Green, Alfred Şengün. Shout out to me and Stino for the only ones being really on that Alfred Şengün.
Yeah, baby
bandwagon.
Sabonis, baby Sabonis.
Right. And so Eason, another kid who was balling out of control over there. Who else? What's the other
and Whitmore balling.
Whitmore is balling coming. He's coming off the bench Like,
come on, you got Van Fleet and you got Dylan Brooks as the goon.
I'm not even talking like those guys are there. Those are the vet guys, but them young guys are
you ain't even
driving.
mentioned the real dog. Bro.
Nah, like that team
you
has
ain't even
really
mentioned
been
the Thompson twin gang.
Yeah,
you ain't even come on, that's the real dog on that team. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the dog right
That
there.
boy is different. Like I watched that game last night against the Lakers, bro. That team really stood the feat by going up against the Lakers. Thompson stepped up. He took the defensive assignment a few times down the court against Luka. Really made himself a menace, getting in Luka's pocket, keeping him from allowing him to just be all over the court. Like, yo, NBA, man, ESPN, y'all goofies, bro. Talk about Houston more.
Drew, my only thing for Houston, who's their bucket?
Man.
Drew, who's their bucket getter? When they need a bucket, who they going to?
Jalen Green.
Jalen Green, bro.
Jalen Green.
Yeah. Now, my only thing with Jalen Green is how long can he keep the light switch on? That's my only question.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard me say before about Jalen Green, Drew. There's a difference between basketball players and hoopers. Hoopers is a dude that's gonna go out there and get you a bucket whenever he wants to, get you a nice highlight, shit like that. Basketball players are guys that know how to take over a game, know how to work off ball, know how to set up and run an offense and things like that, right? Jalen Green, at this point in his career, I think he's still not at that maturity level yet to be a basketball player. He's just a hooper right now still. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about
it. I average a triple-double my whole career.
Yeah, those number threes don't count, sir. So here's the thing, Stino.
Sir, mind your business. No one was talking.
Okay, yes, sir. But Stino, you correct, and I think that's what make them dangerous. If you look at the standings in the Western Conference, right now I think they would be playing. What does it say? They would be matched up technically against Minnesota. They can beat Minnesota, bro. I mean, you can say what you want about Ant. Yeah. You can say what you want about that team. If they're matched up against a team like Minnesota, they kick an 8, but you know what? And so I think that's always dangerous for a young team when they get that confidence going in that first round. Doesn't mean they go into the Western Conference Championship. But look, Dallas is not going to be there. You know, Kyrie is not there, so that's unfortunate for them. But he's not going to be there for them. And that even if they were to win in the play-in and then make the playoffs, it's for nothing. You know, and so I think Houston and I think a team like nobody wants to agree because they're so nitpicky on everything that Ja Morant does, and rightfully so with a lot of situations. But they're a dangerous team, bro. You know, when you have a guy that you can clearly say, you can't guard me if I want to go get a bucket. And they have one of those guys.
They're the 5th seed,
you know,
right?
So
they're the 5th seed in the West.
Right now they're the 5th seed, yes. You know, so I just want to, in the Western Conference, I want to see what it's going to look like going forward for, like you said, the Houston Rockets, but also the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right, so we'll go around the table, starting with you, bro.
Sir,
who's going to be your rep from the East, and who's going to be your rep from the West? Right now, early prediction.
From the East, I would probably, unfortunately, have to say Boston just because of the pedigree. You know, it is what it is. I can't stand them, but I hope they don't. And then in the Western Conference, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Until OKC actually does it, I do think they have to do it. But they're great, bro. You know, they're top to bottom. They're a great team. So, you know, you're just gonna have to go knock them off. They're a really great team, bro. So,
J-Dub?
I'm gonna say the same thing. Boston and OKC.
Snowman.
I got the Nuggets and the Cavs.
Nuggets, Cavs. Stino, all $1.35 a Stino. What do you got, buddy?
Man, I'm gonna go OKC and the Cavs.
All right. Drew.
Yeah, Stino took me and Stino on the same page. Cavs and the Thunder.
Mr. Kirby.
Timberwolves in Boston.
Yo, mute your mic, bro.
What they gotta
mute your mic.
I don't even care. I don't care until they're done. I don't care.
They haven't made the playoffs yet.
I don't care.
Gonna make the play? Okay. Wes, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the drama. I'm gonna go Lakers and Cleveland because I want LeBron to steal a championship from Cleveland.
Oh wow.
I want Cleveland to beat LeBron for a championship.
Or that,
Oh, dang. That would
you
be.
know. I like
Why you
that
thinking
extra
that? He
stuff.
ain't even getting
I
that.
like
So
that extra stuff that's in the mix.
Cheesecake, cornflake, shake and bake. Niggas are fine.
I hate this shit, man.
pretty
I'm
decent.
going-
You would have to
I'm
take your
going-
mustache and beard off to look exactly. Well, never mind. Go ahead, bro. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, Skip.
going-
Come
I'm
on.
going
Come on,
OKC.
Skip.
I'm going OKC in the West. And that's right. I'm going with my Knicks in the East, baby. Let's go.
Not ready, Mitch. They
I
not.
don't care what you have to say. Stop being a negative Nancy, sir.
I'm not negative. They're not ready. You gotta earn.
You ain't ready. Your
Cat is
attitude
not.
ain't ready.
Cat,
Your
listen,
goddamn podcast ain't ready.
Cat can't run that gauntlet, bro. I'm sorry. And if he does, he's going to have spaghetti legs at the end of that and the finals.
My brother said it too. Knicks versus the Thunder. And when it happens, all y'all eat crow. That's what I'm saying.
You're sizing up a Hartenstein legacy game, having a double
I ain't
double.
worried about Hartenstein.
He's gonna have
This is finger rolls from 2 feet in front of the basket.
He's gonna have 22 points, all finger rolls from 2 feet from the rim, and he's gonna have 22 rebounds because Cat don't play defense. So it's gonna be a cakewalk for him.
You got a bad attitude, number one.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Number two, the Knicks won tonight, so fuck the 76ers, by the way, as well. So
They're trash.
Hey, Mitch, the Yankees are losing.
They need to blow up that.
Ever want to come back on the show?
Dude, they gave up a grand slam.
No, they gave up a grand.
They gave up a
slam.
grand.
I was trying to give you an update, bro.
Who was pitching? Who was pitching?
I don't know.
Who?
This came across my.
Send him back to AA, bro. How about that?
Terrible, man.
You ain't got time for that.
Anyway. All right. Well, listen, we got about 36 minutes. Let's go ahead and do this mock draft.
Let's do it.
Again, so I have this here. Tell me if this is what you guys are talking about. In 1 second, I will share.
So I was thinking.
Oh,
That's a change of pace.
That's funny.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Whoa. Listen, my broccoli compadre. All right. What we're not going to do is we are not going to do that ever. All right.
All right, so what do I do here? What
All right, so press that where it says all. At the top where it says all, where you see that button to the right.
Right there, up, back, left, over the Texans, over the there you go. Good job.
And now go start the draft.
All right. So let's go through the consensus. Does anyone think that the Titans are going to trade this pick?
No.
No. Mitch, you got to subscribe to do that, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'm not.
Yeah, for trades, we can't
let's
trade.
All right, so this is going to be a non-trade. This is going to be a non-trade draft.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want everyone talk collectively, and we come to a consensus on a pick?
Yeah.
I was thinking like everyone say who they think for the pick, and then whoever whatever player or position is said the most, that is who we go with. Who's the available guy? But that's just me.
Should we start with the need?
Yeah, I think we should go for need.
Oh yeah, the need to. Yeah, I mean,
that'll probably be easier to say the need instead of like, all right.
I mean,
let's go with
where are the guys? Where are the peoples? Where?
Monkey D. Luffy for edge rusher.
Yeah, I mean,
you haven't started the draft yet.
I don't give a fuck.
Snow. You see, One Piece starts up this week.
I'm only on episode 800, man.
Oh shit, you got a lot catching up.
I
Dude.
know, man.
You guys ready?
Hey man, we trying to get this draft together.
Yeah, I mean, you guys done
what
making
you
out?
talking about, Curbs?
Hey, bro, he said Monkey D. Luffy. That cop, you know, my anime fucking antenna just goes. Never mind.
Whoa,
Pause.
whoa.
Pause.
Strike
Pause.
two, buddy.
Get
Strike
started.
two.
Here we go.
Damn, bro, what the hell is going
You
on
know
tonight?
about
It's
that thing?
Tuesday,
All right.
gentlemen.
All right, so let's go.
Who got?
So what are we looking at for Stino? First pick Titans. Who you go?
I got them taking Abdul Carter personally. That's who I got them taking.
Okay. Drew.
Yeah, I got them going Abdul Carter as well on mine.
Snow.
Abdul Carter.
Again, are we doing majority rules? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I would say do that, Mitch.
Damn.
Snow.
Oh yes, Abdul Carter.
Wes.
Damn.
Cam.
Yeah,
Bro.
Cam.
J Dub.
Cam Ward.
Kirby.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward it is. I gotta find this motherfucker first.
Mitch, just filter positions, bro. QB.
I
Through me.
personally think the Titans will take Abdul number 1 and then end up trading back into the first round to take a quarterback a little later. But I'm not mad at Cam being there.
I mean, either way, I think they're filling a need, right? Obviously,
Yeah, for sure.
defense is stronger, and they needed
Absolutely.
a quarterback because Mayo Boy is just not good.
Right.
All right, on the clock, number 2. We got the Brownies. Curbs. Who they going with?
Abdul Carter.
Bro.
Shador Sanders.
J Dub.
Oh,
Abdul Carter.
Snowman.
I'll go with Abdul Carter.
Wes.
Carter.
Stino.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Abdul Carter too. I had them going Cam Ward in mind, but yeah, Abdul here too.
And just for fun, Drew.
Yeah, me and Stino were on the same page, but since Abdul's there, he's going.
Okay. Giants are on the clock with the third. I like the Abdul Carter pick. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going with Bro, but I think they're gonna go with Shador.
I'm not mad at that neither.
I'm so mad at that.
I think that's
Clearly.
that's a Browns move to make, and they'll make that.
It is a Browns
So,
move to make.
so you know why I don't think that'll happen. Won't happen. I think Shador will pull an Eli and won't want to play with that franchise.
I mean, I understand why he would, but I get that. All right, Giants on the clock on the third pick. Snowman.
Travis Hunter.
Bro.
Travis Hunter.
Wes.
Travis.
Dub.
Travis Hunter.
Kirby.
Barron from Texas.
Oh wow.
Okay. Drew.
I picked Shador here.
Ooh, okay. Stino.
Will Campbell.
Wow.
I had him in one of my mocks.
I'm actually gonna go Travis Hunter. I think that's what the Giants take.
Yeah, that was the consensus anyway. That was the majority.
So I was talking to Stino about. I'll wait until that pick comes up.
Go.
So I actually think that Travis is going to get dropped to 5 and go to his hometown of Jacksonville.
Ooh.
Well, not his hometown, but be back in the home state of Florida.
Okay. At the fourth pick, we got the Patriots. And guys, do me a favor, keep an eye on the Twitch and YouTube chat. We get some, people going in there. Let's go, bro. Who do the Patriots? Oh, no, I don't know why I went to you first. You give a shit about this team.
Well, the way the draft fell today, what they probably will end up with is already gone. But in this situation, I would say probably McMillan.
Nice.
Okay. Dub.
I think Will Campbell could go there, be a guard for them.
Okay, I was going to go to Kirby, but he fell off. Snowman.
I will go with Will Campbell to give Drake May a little more insurance.
Okay, Wes.
Vrabel's a defensive guy. Why didn't he take Graham?
Mm.
I like that.
I was thinking that too.
Not bad.
Okay. Drew.
So I got them going offensive tackle with Will Campbell.
Tino.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as Snow and Drew as the offensive line, just a different player. I got them taking Armand Mimbo from Missouri.
He
I
was
can see
rising.
that.
He
I
is.
can see
He's
that
actually,
too.
I think he's going to be the first tackle off the board. To
I
be
can
honest.
see that too.
So who do we go? Are we go? I think Campbell wins it.
Yeah, Campbell has the most picks.
Yeah, in the chat we got Albert. Al said Graham. DJ Kango said Campbell for this pick in the YouTube chat.
All right. Next on the clock is the guys from Duval. Their needs are wide receiver, tight end, defense, and safety. We're gonna go to Wes on this one first. Wes, who do the Jaguars pick up?
I'm gonna go what you guys say. They need anything, but let's pair up. Give him Tet. Give him another receiver. I'm gonna go with Tet, even though I don't think Tet's that high. Tet McMillan. He's my vote.
Okay, bro.
Well, while I do agree, I just can't stand the quarterback situation. So I would hope that they would try to shore up that defense and go after Mason Graham in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay, Drew.
I had Travis, like I said before, going there.
Who do you have now?
Huh?
Right. But Travis is clearly off the board. So,
well, I mean, then the next best available option would be wide receiver, with McMillan.
Okay, Stino.
Yeah, I had them going Travis as well, but since he's gone, I'm gonna go with the second best corner in the draft, and Will Johnson. Man, I completely understand y'all saying they need defensive line help. I absolutely agree, but they got the pass rushers. I think you can get decent run stoppers in the third, second, fourth round type stuff. Will Johnson will step into and be the number one corner. Their secondary is very, very thin right now. And I think that's their biggest need on that defense is secondary. So I think they go Will Johnson here.
Okay, Snow.
I got Tyler Warren.
Dub.
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
Mason, I think they're going to go Mason Graham.
Kirby.
Malachi Starks.
What do you want, bro?
I think
Fart dust.
Mason Graham has it.
Fart dust.
So we're gonna go Mason Graham there.
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
Mason Graham either.
Albert said Walker, and DJ Kango said Tyler Warren as well.
Okay, Tyler Warren's not a bad pick. I mean, they just got rid of Evan Ingram, but
yep,
we'll see. All right, Wes, I'm gonna let you start with your team.
Aston Gentry. Please, Aston Gentry, please.
Are you set on your pick with Ashton Gentry?
Is that your final answer?
Drew, who do you
Yeah, I'm rocking with West on this one. I said it. Genty falls right into their lap and gets their cowbell.
Bro.
You know, I think that's actually the best pick because I had him going here. But I'm looking at this draft. McMillan is falling down this draft for some strange reason. But I'll stick with Genty.
Okay. No.
Oh, Genty.
Gov.
Genty.
There you go. Clean sweep.
Genty.
I was gonna go on and put Genty.
Yeah,
Albert,
and
get it right.
Shout out to the two guys participating
I
in the
actually had them
YouTube
take
chat.
Tetaroa, but I'm not mad at Genty neither. I've been on that Genty train for them.
The only thing I'll say about that, Stino, I don't mind if they take Tet if they can move up into the second and get the UNC running back. Like I don't want to miss out on the running back game, and I think taking a receiver early could sacrifice that.
Yeah,
Wes, let me give you something else. You got Chip Kelly as the old offensive coordinator. He had Trayvon Henderson and Judkins
That is
in
true.
Ohio State.
That is
Henderson's going to be there possibly for you in the second round. You can go after him.
And
y'all getting in my head, man. Y'all getting in my head.
I think and not for nothing, Wes. I think people are underrating a lot of this running back class, bro. Like there are a lot of good running backs that and it's only because of the 40 times and the thing that everyone's talking yards after the first after the first broken tackle, but like there are guys that are there that can do a lot of things that you want your running backs to do in that transition. So I think people are just overshadowing a lot of guys. And if you don't go, you go tech first. Like you can pick up a serviceable running back, third, maybe even fourth round.
All right, Jets.
But the only reason, just to end that, the only reason why I agree with that strategy, but it doesn't work because we still need a quarterback. And I want Milroe third round to sit on. You know what I'm saying?
McCord third round.
Okay.
I'm telling you, McCord third round.
Okay. All right, Jets are on the clock. Curbs, who are they taking?
Armand Membu.
There you go.
Tino.
I had them going offensive line too. I got them reaching a little bit for Kelvin Banks.
Yeah.
I would say Membu.
Bro.
Well, I would say Barron in this spot. They lost the starting corner. They believe that they have the guy on the roster now to play that position, but they brought in a defensive coordinator as their head coach. I think their first pick is definitely going to be defense. So
you said they lost their corner. Who they lose?
DJ Reed.
DJ Reed.
DJ Reed. That's right. Okay. Wes, who they going with? The Jets.
Yeah, I think they go with the O-line, Omumbu, whatever his name is.
Drew, who you got?
Yeah, I got Membu as well going there.
Snow?
They need to give Justin some help.
Membu. All right.
Here we go.
Start with you, Carolina.
Go ahead, Snow.
Hey, Reese, this is your pick.
That's fine.
Yeah, Reese. See, Reese is going. We're gonna go with Cooper Flag.
He's gonna hate you for that.
No. I got one better. They're going Cam Newton at this pick.
Cam Newton. It's Cam Newton. It's someone who played on Cam Newton's flag football team. All right,
shout out to the real Panthers fan. Oh.
No, the real Panther fan.
We're all Panthers fans here. McMillan.
You going McMillan? Okay. Drew, who you going with?
So I got them taking Williams here at this pick.
Williams
from Georgia.
The edge from
Yeah,
Michael Williams.
That would be my pick if
I got them jumping. Yep.
Who are the Panthers going with, Wes?
Jalen Walker.
Okay. Bro.
He's definitely not falling to them in this spot, but if he's there, they have to take McMillan. They can't just keep making excuses. They have to take McMillan.
You got. Let me just share this with you guys. The Panthers are, I won't say they set, but they're comfortable with
their wide receivers.
Their wide receivers, man.
Yeah,
I know what y'all saying, but
they're trying to get great.
Leggett and what's his name, Coker.
Yeah, Jalen Coker.
And then you got Thielen as the vet.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen this much respect for a team that was straight ass. So
it's not respect. It's not respect. It's just the proof in the listen. So bro, remember the conversation that we were having a couple of weeks ago about how the ass Titans have made their bed and they're laying in it like pigs and shit. It's no offense, no. But I'm just saying, you can tell when a team has said, you know what, this is what we got. This is what we need to roll with for whatever amount of time until whatever. This is just what they're doing, bro.
Right.
Well, if you also, the rebuttal to that, if you also look at the league and you look at these young quarterbacks, and we always say that, well, they do have enough weapons. Technically, they don't always support these young kids by giving them more weapons. And my point is that even if they were to hit directly on a player outside of McMillan, right, at least you're giving him weapons where he can't necessarily say he doesn't have enough help to get the job done. So my thinking in this situation is, if they don't continue to add weapons, how can he develop and be the starter that they want him to be?
All right.
I agree with you, bro.
Let's move it on. We're 15 minutes in and we've gotten to the 8th pick.
I'm sorry, sir, but
I feel like we're the NFL right now.
I'm taking McMillan there, man. He needs some more weapons. Give Dave Canales a weapon like, I mean, he won't be a Mike Evans, but he's a limpy receiver.
I definitely think. And Cena, were you going McMillan? No, Cena, you went. Who'd you say?
No, I was gonna go Will Johnson.
Will Johnson. Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Give him a tight end, Tyler Warren. Throw Tyler Warren in there.
Don't do that.
All right, the Saints, Wes.
The pick is McMillan, correct?
Yes, the pick was
yes.
The Saints, man, they're gonna shock up the draft. They're gonna take a quarterback. They're gonna Derek Carr. They're gonna take Jackson Dart. They gonna move him up.
Whoa.
So you're going Jackson Dart. Okay.
That's heinous.
All right, Drew, who are you going with?
I got them taking Will Johnson, getting another corner.
Okay.
They can't run it back with Derek Carr again. They can't.
Made their bed. Laying in big
Drew,
shit.
I've been in that bed.
So,
I've been in
who you
that
going
bed.
with?
What? I beg your pardon?
Who you going with, man?
Amari Hampton.
Okay. Dub.
I'm going Will Johnson there. They lost Marshawn Lattimore last year. They got to get another corner in there.
They lost Paulson to Debo too.
That's right. He went to the Giants. So yeah, Will Johnson.
Bro. Will Johnson.
Definitely Will Johnson. I was just about to say what Dub was saying. They just lost too much in the secondary that was already asked. So you got to add to it.
He got that. All right, Drew. You're on the clock, Drew.
Jamar Stewart.
Oh, what's the pick?
10.
Fair.
10. Chicago Bears.
No, I'm saying, what was the pick for the Saints?
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson.
Okay.
Will Johnson.
Okay.
Who'd you go with, Drew?
I got Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. Where's he at?
Edge.
Wow.
Edge.
He's from Texas A&M, I think.
Wes, who you going with?
I'll say Stewart. I'm not mad. I just don't think the play is going to be available for that I want them to get.
Bro.
Caleb Williams.
I'll stick with my pick. I'll go Campbell. I don't understand why this linebacker room is so together all of a sudden. But
Snow.
Art.
Because bigger need. Needed edge.
he can
Not
play
saying that
that.
it's together.
No, but he can play the edge.
As opposed to getting a true edge. But
Is Edge really a true first round need for y'all right now, though? I mean, y'all just gave Dale Adebo $45 million. You signed Grady Jarrett. You already had Montez Sweat. I mean, you got a nice pass rush right now. The way it stands, do you really need to add another first round talent to the mix, or can I feel like you could put it elsewhere?
I mean, so with Grady, right? I think the biggest question is age, right? And
That's
how
fair.
many miles are on that motor. And I think the guy that we got from you guys in the Colts, I think you can actually move him in and allow him to be that, that kind of defensive tackle type of player. Now, if you put him, you put Stewart on the edge, I just think you just got a ton of chaos on that front line, which will allow Chicago to actually Chicago's agenda should be to free up Sweat. Sweat took on too many double teams. He took on too many chips because there was nothing on the opposite side. So if you can load the opposite side and just allow him to be man to man on the island with whoever's there, you shore up that rush. Because yes, bro, we're our linebackers, and it's only one linebacker. To be honest, that's dog shit, and it's no one but fucking Edwards. So we got 39th and the 41st pick where we can address linebackers back there. So,
all right, Deb, who are you going with?
I actually went with Malachi Starks because they do need safety help. That is a need for them. He's a top. His rank is up there. I think they could use a safety. I want Malachi Starks in one of my mock drafts that I did the other day. So they got all their O line. They got D line with Grady Garrett.
I actually got them taking Ashton Genty, but for this sake, I would go for Jahad Campbell.
Well, Drew, I'm going to give you your wish. I think it's
Jamal Stewart.
Or Stewart.
It's Stewart.
All right, Jay Dubes.
Well, you know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go Kelvin Banks at 11. The reason why is we got to get offensive line help for Brock Purdy, but not just that. Trent Williams is coming into his last part of his deal this year.
Who you
Start Kelvin Banks on that right side this year, and then move him to left tackle next year. Kelvin Banks is my pick for that.
Which he can do. He can play both sides.
Who you got?
Who?
They got to go O lineman, and the next lineman that is on the board is Simmons, I guess. They got to go tackles, Bill. Josh Simmons. That's what I picked.
Josh Simmons, okay. Drew.
Yeah, I got them going Banks as well for that same reason. Like they can start him at right just to get his feet wet, and then if and when Trent leaves, you can push him back to the left side and let him be your bookend on that one.
Okay. Snow.
We'll go with Simmons.
Huh? Simmons? All right, Stino.
This is actually where I had Shamar Stewart going, to be honest with you. But I do like the Kelvin Banks pick. I'm cool going with Kelvin Banks.
All right, I think Kelvin is one. Wes, who are you going to go with?
Yeah, Simmons or Banks are fine. Receiver one. I'll go with Simmons.
Does this doesn't auto draft from here?
I never tried it, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
The only downside
we can just, I mean, when we left off where we leave off, and then we pick back up.
Okay. Well,
I say the only downside to Simmons, Mitch, that I didn't like is he's got that PCL injury. I don't think he's a top 15 pick with that injury. He's still rehabbing it. I don't think the 49ers are going to want to go after someone like him. If they're going to do that, they're going to have to trade back to get him. They're not. I know everybody has their opinion, but I think Kelvin makes it come right in. Simmons is just hurt with that PCL still.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue. We left over the Dallas pick. Brobo, you have the pick, so we can just easily fill them in next week when we start this back up. And we'll go through. We'll get through that first round. But again, I guess to our point what we talked about earlier, I'll go around the room. I'll ask. I mean, I personally think there's going to be at least 3 trades in the first round. I think it's going to be a big year for trades.
I agree.
And if Shador falls past top 10, Mitch, top 15, I think someone's going to will Pittsburgh trade up for him?
Yeah. Yes.
Bro, what about you? You think there's going to be a bunch of trades in this draft?
Yeah, I think the minimum, the guys that Drew was talking about earlier, which is the bottom half, I think it's not because they can't find somebody to pick. I just think that that's the perfect spot to get capita.
Right.
But I also think that there's going to be at least 2 to 3 other trades because, like you're talking about, people are falling in love with Jackson Dart. People are falling in love with the safeties and a couple other wide receivers, especially Luther Burden and what's the kid from Texas?
Golden, Matthew Golden.
Yeah, Matthew Golden. You're gonna see teams once if Tet doesn't fall in the draft and he goes where he's projected to go, then you're gonna see a lot of people trying to hurry up and get up to those guys. So I think you're gonna have at least at the minimum 5.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, again, I think there's going to be teams that are going to mess up the draft. They're going to make those picks that no one expects they're going to make and go from there. But I'm going to call it a night. I got obviously I got some responsibilities to attend. But I want to thank J Dub for being a guest. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Y'all. Thank y'all.
Thanks for coming up and blessing us. It will be your last time because you talk shit about the Yankees and everybody else.
I did not talk shit about the Yankees.
About Carolina.
Technically, you did a good job. So
back to the gulag you go.
Hey, I can't help it. I got that red blood. That Carolina blue's not my style.
Hey,
Sorry, bro.
We'll let that slide.
Okay.
We'll have you back up, Jay. If you're wanting to come up for the draft, just let us know and we'll make that happen. We'll have our people call your people and go from there, But to the No Man panel, to Wes, to Bro, to Drew, to Stino, Snowman, again, J Dub. Shout out to Kirby that fell off. Shout out to my man Rod Reese. Listen, shout out to our man Rai. He's going through some shit right now. Hope you feel better, brother.
That was crazy when I read that.
Yeah, I hope you're doing better. We
better, bro.
Shout out to the resident Squingili. He's up in New Jersey right now.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Forget about it.
Of course, shout out to the No Man Nation. Shout out to everyone on YouTube and Twitch. Shout out to the queen of the chat on both chats, my girl Kelly. Shout out to Noonie. Shout out to everybody. Love y'all. Peace.